Buckle up, Dorothy. We are not in Kansas anymore. This situation is getting serious. And I'm talking about the energies coming in, my friends, and the serious ascension symptoms that some of us are feeling. And well, compared to some of my other videos, this one's gonna be long, my friends, because I haven't done one in a long time. I've focused on my own personal development and spiritual growth here in the tropical rainforest, where the rain is starting again because it's the rainy season. So yeah, definitely missed doing these. I'm sure some of you may have missed the videos as well. Where do we start? I don't know. So what's going down today, and I'm going to publish this today, whatever it is, the 14th of June. We've got a super full moon, strawberry full moon, however you want to call it. It's a rather big energetic event, and I've been feeling it for at least a couple of days. It's been coming in really hard in terms of the energies. We've also got the solstice just around the corner, and that solstice is a situation, my friends. Yeah, all of this stuff, everything that's happening here is a situation. I'm going to introduce that from now on. We're in a situation. What do? Well, we cope. But first, let me describe some of the symptoms that I've been having. So I must have started the night before. If you see me doing that, it's just because there's like loads of little, very small tiger mosquitoes here. And I don't really like to fill myself up with that DEET thing because I'm a bit anti-chemical guy. So I do get to have quite a lot of tropical bites, but it's fine. Seems like they're not doing anything. I still have my wits about me. So let's see, what do we do? Well, it started off for me with this latest batch. Not last night, but the night before. I fell asleep on the sofa in the main living here, and this place where I'm staying has no windows. They look like windows, but they're just mesh. So you breathe in the forest, and you breathe out into the forest. It's just amazing, right? For the communion with nature. And I woke up under the moonlight. So the moon just went around the house, and it was blazing on me, right? And this was this full moon, right? And although I'm in the tropics, it's really warm. I was feeling shivery. I was like, what's going on? And I had a long sleeve pants on, and I had a blanket over. So I'm like, what's going down? I thought I was coming down with something. It was really insidious. It kind of got me in that space, and you know, I had a bit of food, and then I went to bed, and I was quite chilly. When I woke up, I had body aches and pains. You know, almost like when you've got a sickness or an illness, right? When you're cold or you've got the flu. So I had a bit of that. I was even coughing a bit. I mean, what's going on? And I wouldn't have mentioned this, but half a day later, boom, all of the symptoms just went away. And this is exactly what I used to get at the beginning. I was telling you, it feels like you've got a cold. No, if it just goes away like that, does a virus just go like that? Probably not. It affects your immune system because of the way the energies come through, right? And I'll share a few things that I've discovered this time around towards the end about what might make it better for you. It may do, it may not. You've got to try it. We're not all the same. This is not a one-size-fits-all situation. There we go, situation again, yeah? Because we're all in this situation. The ones watching this. And a good friend of mine used to say, used to call this a SITCH. So we're in a SITCH here, yeah? And the SITCH is, we might think, we've got a cold in the middle of summer or whatever else virus we've got. So guess what? If it just blows over like that, no more coughing, no more shivers, no more. For me, it turned from cold to feeling hot. So I had a cold kind of spell and then a hot spell. The thing that really gets me with these ascension symptoms every time is the body pains sometimes, especially lower back. Man, I'm fit, I've got no problem. There's no issue for me to have lower back pains. Good mattress over here. They just come when the energies come. That's it. That's what I've noticed. I don't know what you have, but I know many people are complaining about different body aches and pains. And for me, it's particularly the lower back that's really, really killing me. I put a list up here in case in case I forget to mention a few things, because if you remember, I told you that memory gets affected, my dear ones, and I'm gonna share a bit about that. So when I woke up, also the thing is, with the virus thing, I'm living here isolated in the jungla, as they call it here, yeah? In the jungle. Not much place to get a virus. I mean, you could say maybe the bites, but those don't manifest like that. And they're gone. So here in the jungla, not much place to interact with people to get freaking colds. Yeah. So what happened? When I woke up, I got this... I had a dream, if you can believe it. I had a dream, and in the dream, I was irritable. I was frustrated. I was annoyed by the symptoms. It was ridiculous. So I dreamt, and the Ascension Symptoms affected me in the dream. Like, I was annoyed that something on my phone wasn't working well. And this good friend of mine came around, and he said, "What's wrong with you, man? You're not stressed out like that anymore." So it was quite funny to see that happen. Just checking this out. So yeah, I mean, I felt irritable and all of that stuff, and that was in the dream. Having spent the better part of the last month on my spiritual growth, I'm much more Zen-like. I'm different. I've had one of those samadhis, you know, when you have this realization of the deep love that everything is. It's just been amazing, and you can't put it into words. And this is something that we're all on this journey together. And I believe all of us will get there. You know, all of us will have these moments when we get closer to Father, Mother, God, as Archangel Michael puts it, you know, and others. We realize that we are that. We realize, we feel the love outpouring through every pore of our body, and we're just overwhelmed with love for everyone. You can't possibly explain it. It's just amazing. And it does change your perspective. You know, I talked to you about your perspective and how perspective locks us in. And the higher our level of consciousness, the more aware we become as these energetic beings that we are. It's just beautiful to see. And the thing is, then your perception rises. I was talking to you about the spiral. You go higher on that spiral, and you see things differently. The same things that you saw in a way, you see them in a completely different way, or from a higher level of perspective. You're not as affected anymore, because you feel that love is the ultimate truth and the ultimate reality. You know, some dare to say everything else is an illusion. Man, if you bang your head on this, however much an illusion is, it's gonna hurt, isn't it? But that love is deep buried in there, and that love is underpinning everything. And I wish that for all of you and everyone else on this planet. Because when you see that and when you have that realization, everything changes. Everything. And this is part of the Ascension Symptoms, my dear friends. Why? We're ascending. And this is part of ascending. You've got these samadhis, these nirvikalpa samadhis is the highest you can have. And when you merge into this universal love that we all are. You see, what happens on planet Earth is we've realized, or we've forgotten. We don't know that we are God. We are this love. We are this love light energy. And ascension is realizing that and going back to who you truly are and who we truly are as a collective. This is what this energy does. It helps to root out, clear out everything that doesn't serve. And it also helps us to clear out all the patterns within us that don't serve us. Every time we watch the news and we read something or we interact with various bits in our society, they slowly program us in a certain way. very fine programming or very gross programming in some ways. So, this ascension is aided by these energies, which are love. They're love light. Just like light is also heat, light is also love. It is one. It is love light. And it's what we are as well. This is ascension. It's realizing all of that. And it's a pleasure to share that with you all and to help everyone on this journey together. It is time. It is that time. Can you believe it? They've spoken about this in prophecies. It's written in the Bible as well, in whatever form. Don't focus on the apocalyptical stuff. It's a beautiful return full circle to the light, to the God that we are. All of us. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Even if you have these difficult symptoms. And there's 1111 on my recorder. Because it's a divine number. And it's here to tell us that we are all on this path together. We are on the right path. We are in divine timing. In a return full circle to the light. The love light that we all are. And I know I've kind of diverged there from the symptoms. But I'm just sharing with you my experience of what my life has been over the past month. As I've really taken these energies on. And we all are. And we've got our own time frame. There is no race. Whatever happens to you, when it happens to you, is exactly what needs to happen for your own growth. Do expect to have feelings that you don't like and enjoy to come up. Frustration, annoyance, anything. Bitterness. All the stuff that's piled up throughout your life. It's part of ascension. Why? These energies help you to clear this stuff. It just comes up and it comes up for release. And then you become a clearer vessel of that love light energy that you are. We're not taught this stuff on planet Earth, are we? We are not. We're not taught this stuff. It's like, when I first started to wake up, I realized, oh my God, the education system is completely out. It doesn't reflect the greater, wider reality of creation as a whole. But there probably is a purpose for that. For us to eventually return back to the light, make this trek, ascend, and enrich Father, Mother, God through this experience. This is what we are doing. And I've seen 12-12, 13-13. I'm happy you're with me still. This is going to be a long one because I missed making these, because I want to share more. And I'm sure that if you're interested, you're going to stick around. It's not a contest. You can watch it at your own leisure, at your own pace. Boom. So I've touched on the fact that it could be a cold. I was coughing, I was shivering, I was whatevering, all of that stuff, right? And it was probably the moon that was shining down on me with all that beautiful energy. And then all these other feelings and even dreams, it all comes up, even if you feel like you're much more zen than you used to be. Lower back pains. I was having handshaking. Like, my nervous system is fine. I don't consume any sort of, I'm out of coffee and definitely don't do any sort of recreational stuff or cigarettes or anything that would jeopardize or create these kinds of issues. But I was feeling handshaking, and it's something that I've noticed, and I was gonna go into the coping mechanisms, but for that, I think it's related to blood sugar as well. I think because there's some changes within the body. The body adapts to this ascension. I reckon we will experience some other density on this planet, right? They're saying that the Earth is going to shift. I personally haven't had much access to that kind of information myself. I've heard lots of other people talk about it. But our vessels, our bodies are adapting. So that's partly why we're getting this. I wanted to share 3 things that I found are recurring in these ascension symptoms. And I think you may find this valuable. 1, mental abilities. Wow, there's loads of them. Mental abilities are affected. Energy levels are affected. And what else? Memory recall is affected. And these go in a bit of a cycle as the energies hit you. So mental abilities, try to do simple subtractions or additions or things like that. So what's 11 minus 3? Come up quickly. You know, what's 12 minus 5? Look at that. Can you do those? Because you know to do this stuff. It's pretty basic, isn't it? If you're struggling, then you're in the mental ability situation where you might feel like your head is a bit dizzy, or you're clumsy. Yeah, I had clumsiness, and I feel it. So that's the mental ability side. You see that your mental abilities, even your reasoning and your judgment, is affected. That's one of them. Maybe that goes back up a little. Then what hits you? Energy. I was talking about tiredness or sleepiness. Your energy, you feel depleted. Sometimes it goes slow. Sometimes it goes boom. You're just, you're a bit catatonic like that, if you want to use that word, and then it kind of goes back up. And then at other times you get memory recall issues. What have I done yesterday, or why are the days blending in, or what's this happening? You'll notice, just try to recall a few things, even things generally of stuff in your life from some time ago, and test it on yourself. Put it to the test, because I've put it to the test and I've noticed that definitely there's memory recall issues, and there's energetic issues, and there's mental ability issues whenever the energies are really intense. And those come with different other things, right? Like I was talking to you about handshaking, the clumsiness, the headache, dizziness. Sometimes, I got nausea. Absolutely, feeling a bit like throwing up without having eaten anything, or without nothing to do with it. There was a big correlation with the energies. So yeah, I'm giving you a big spiel here about the whole freaking shebang. Yeah, going deeper than usual into the symptoms. And okay, some might say, well, let's not focus on the symptoms, and I agree. But what if you stumble upon this? What if you have these symptoms yourself, and you need that validation? I know you do. Even if you're enlightened, validation gives you context. It gives you context. Oh, there's this guy here who seems to be reasonably okay, healthy upstairs, although he's saying there's some mental abilities affected. Okay? And he's talking about this stuff. And he seems to be a real person. 1818 over there, yeah? Real, authentic, MF, yeah? So what's going on? Well, it's for real. I have loads of friends that are having these. But the mainstream doesn't know, doesn't speak about it. Doesn't matter, you make up your own mind. That's why there's this video there. Free speech. This guy is speaking about this, you make up your own mind about it. Boom, that was a long one. I found myself staring blank as well as part of these, probably related to the mental ability stuff. You just stare somewhere and, definitely there's a ramp up. So I think I've really gone through a lot of what these things can be to give you a feel for it. We have 19 minutes there, so yeah, that's pretty good. Coping mechanisms. Here's something interesting. Remember I talked to you last time in my May update about 1919, there we go. In my May update, I talked to you about sugar cravings. I've been off sugar for a long time, and when you go off sugar for a couple of weeks, you're done. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. You don't need it. Oh boy, am I wrong. Am I wrong now with these Ascension symptoms? I've been having sugar cravings, and I've noticed that fruit juice is absolutely amazing. It helps calm down some of the symptoms for me. For me. Give it a try. Listen to your body. Like, I basically went to a restaurant. I got a juice. I got a fruit juice, a melon juice, as I was looking to order. And I had it all, and I felt this insatiable thirst for another one. I put the menu aside. I had another one. Massive things like that. I didn't eat anymore. I was perfect for a while. So it really helped me. It might help you. So try natural fruit juices, natural. Go for as much as you can for the non-concentrated stuff. I think it helps. The complex sugars in the natural ones are probably a bit better, slower release, etc., etc., etc. But I may be wrong. One thing that has also worked for me, to my surprise. So I wear this thing. It's a Selenite crystal. And I started wearing it as protection from negative entities when I kind of broke into higher reality, this greater reality. And I realized that, well, what we see here, may not be the only thing. This is just very dense energy. When I did that, I noticed influences. I could feel negative energies and entities at times, or I felt like that. So I started to look into it, and I was advised that selenite is good. So I started using, just wearing this pendant. At some point in this month here, I stopped wearing it. I was like, why am I wearing this? I don't need this. I'm not really afraid of negative entities. So you break through that fear barrier. I stopped wearing it. And I also have a big tower of selenite. And it happened to be next to my bed as I was having the symptoms. And I just grabbed it. And I instantly started feeling better. When I was having it was probably, I'm assuming it was making the energy flow in a certain way. Maybe it was throttling some of this energy that comes through. Crystals are very, very important. There's a bigger, like if you look at the stuff about Atlantis and lots of these other past civilizations, they play a major role with this fundamental love light energies. So for me, selenite actually helped. So I started wearing the pendant again. I felt better. And there's something else that I wear when I looked at these negative energies things. There were some people online who were talking about this pendant, which is more techie than anything. Well, it's got some metal in it. And it's called a Q-Link. Now, listen, I have no affiliation to this stuff. And I don't guarantee you this is going to work. I have to disclaim it. I'm just sharing what works for me. What seems to work to throttle down some of the symptoms. It's called a Q-Link. This one is a SRT3. I think they've got different models, right? It's supposed to boost your energy field. And it's good because it stops negative energies coming in, because you've got a stronger field. Okay? It makes you stronger in that respect. And I reckon it does help with the symptoms as well. So there's something for you, right? That pendant could help. Selenite, I'm not sure about other crystals. Clear quartz may amplify. I don't know. So that's that. And another thing, just one more thing, maybe or maybe not. What helps with coping? Well, these symptoms kind of put you in that observer state, don't they? They put you in a witness position. That witness position that meditators and spiritual teachers are talking about, where we witness what's happening to our bodies and we don't fully associate with our bodies. We witness what's happening in our mind and we don't fully associate with it. We can see our thoughts more clearly. We can see our thoughts more deeply. We can start to understand what's our thought and what maybe is this other person's thought. Oh wow, I can hear other thoughts than mine. We start to go into because you start to get more refined into the energy that you are. And this is a way to cope with the Ascension symptoms, by focusing more on observing the symptoms. Just imagine you're stepping a bit outside of your body, somewhere in your energy field. It's still not gonna be pleasant, but maybe that does something for you. And maybe maybe that's actually meant to be like that, so that it helps you ascend. It helps you become that witness, that observer. I think that's there as well for a reason. Beautifuls, this is mostly it. One thing I've also noticed, if you are in contact with galactic families, soul families, guides, you know, your guardian angel, beautiful beings of light and love that are helping us, the communication will be a bit hindered. Okay, it will be a bit muffled up, because this energy comes in and it just disrupts that communication a little, because it's just very intense. And so if you notice that, if you've got guides, if they are helping you, and then maybe they're just not there for a while, or maybe it's just not clear. Maybe your intuition is not so clear. It's affected by this, and we need to be grateful and thankful. Show so much love for the enormous amount of support that is all around us all the time, and that is ramped up in a way we can probably not conceive right now, in this now. Because the Ascension Symptoms are also meant to help us be present. Because you see, the past is history, the future is a mystery. And this moment now is a gift. That's why they call it the present. You see, it is a gift. This is the eternal now. And when we move into the eternal now, life changes. Life becomes miraculous. We break into the greater reality. And we get in touch with all those wonderful beings of love light that are here to help us all through this critical step in humanity. This is a graduation, beautiful people. We are graduating. So there we go. That is the situation. That's the sitch. And as my good friend Campbell used to say, I've lost my dad bod. Yeah, because I used to have quite a bit of a dad bod, but it's not there that anymore. And that is actually also helping with the Ascension Symptoms. So if you feel the need to lighten up, listen to your body. Not always so easy, but if you have a choice, why not? It does make the symptoms lighter, because you are lighter, less dense. You're more of that love light energy that you are. Here we go. 2828. That's it. What's that? 1010. Beautiful. This has been my longest by far video, but I have missed you all, and I feel your presence, although I am here in front of this phone filming it. And I've realized I've probably looked at myself much more than I usually do. I haven't done it in a while. There you go. You get rusty. I love you so much I cannot describe. And I wish the best for you on this journey, for all of us. If you're watching this closer to when I'm publishing it, you are one of the first missionaries on this planet to bring the love and light of our Father, Mother, God into each and every one of us, so that we realize that is what we are. All of us. Our concept of God on this planet is not the right one. But we'll be talking about that for a rather long time, I suspect. I love you. Have a beautiful time. Have a beautiful day, night, whatever you are, wherever you are on this wonderful planet. Let's make this happen. Love conquers all, and love always wins. I love you.